He wrote a letter to his family to express his gratitude. He wrote a letter to his family to express his gratitude. He is driving a car. He is driving a car. What can I get for you? What can I get for you? He just graduated from university. He just graduated from university. His cousins were historians. His cousins were historians. We had already eaten dinner when the guests arrived. We had already eaten dinner when the guests arrived. He won't be doing his internship right away. He won't be doing his internship right away. Will it close? Will it close? Did they often get cold? Did they often get cold? Will he generally be afraid? Will he generally be afraid? How is your day going so far? How is your day going so far? I'll call you back when I'm done with my meeting. I'll call you back when I'm done with my meeting. They are studying for the history exam. They are studying for the history exam. His stepfather was a wrestler. His stepfather was a wrestler. Despite the delay, we came to the party with pleasure. Despite the delay, we came to the party with pleasure. He will graduate from college next month. He will graduate from college next month. I have breakfast every morning. I have breakfast every morning. I don't know this word. I don't know this word. Please call me back as soon as possible. Please call me back as soon as possible. We can add from time to time. We can add from time to time. Aren't we guards every day? Aren't we guards every day? How nice to see you. How nice to see you. They have 2 children. They have 2 children. We must be careful when crossing the street. We must be careful when crossing the street. I immediately became a warrior. I immediately became a warrior. Can't get married at noon? Can't get married at noon? We walked all over the city to see famous places. We walked all over the city to see famous places. I looked at 2 different issues today. I looked at 2 different issues today. When will you go home? When will you go home? Can they surround normally? Can they surround normally? You are now a travel agent. You are now a travel agent. The boy seen running in the park is my cousin. The boy seen running in the park is my cousin. They can solve complex math problems. They can solve complex math problems. Hour. Can you help me find my keys? Can you help me find my keys? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Can I be a geographer every week? Can I be a geographer every week? I don't have friends with this behavior. I don't have friends with this behavior. You should avoid eating too much junk food, the doctor said. You should avoid eating too much junk food, the doctor said. Shouldn't it be suppressed at sunset? Shouldn't it be suppressed at sunset? We appreciate your effort. We appreciate your effort. How old are you? How old are you? Doesn't it sit after a night? Doesn't it sit after a night? My mission. My mission. Hand of the door. Hand of the door. I'm not curious, I'm just curious. I'm not curious, I'm just curious. I have too many items in my backpack. I have too many items in my backpack. The dog attacked the postman. The dog attacked the postman. Can you give me some painkillers? Can you give me some painkillers? Consistency in study helps to get good grades. Consistency in study helps to get good grades. Were his half-brothers night watchmen? Were his half-brothers night watchmen? What time does the movie start? Asked. What time does the movie start? Asked. I've never been to the beach, he told me. I've never been to the beach, he told me. Can you help me move this table up the stairs? Can you help me move this table up the stairs? Congress passed a new law to address the problem. Congress passed a new law to address the problem. Pursuit of happiness. Pursuit of happiness. He cleaned the house and then took a shower. He cleaned the house and then took a shower. Didn't I fix it often? Didn't I fix it often? Are there stepdaughters of pharmacist? Are there stepdaughters of pharmacist? He will play tennis tomorrow. He will play tennis tomorrow. I've been studying Spanish for 6 months. I've been studying Spanish for 6 months. How was your weekend with your family? How was your weekend with your family? You rarely have to let go. You rarely have to let go. Was he a fireman then? Was he a fireman then? I participated in a photography competition to showcase my work. I participated in a photography competition to showcase my work. When we reach the summit, we have been hiking for 3 hours. When we reach the summit, we have been hiking for 3 hours. Can you help me find the nearest gas station? Can you help me find the nearest gas station? Stickman annual. Stickman annual. Would it go forward? Would it go forward? Never seen a live performance. Never seen a live performance. He didn't do clowns often. He didn't do clowns often. I had completed my education before joining the company. I had completed my education before joining the company. His nephew was a rider. His nephew was a rider. If you don't use sunscreen, you'll get sunburned. If you don't use sunscreen, you'll get sunburned. Could you please turn off the lights before you go? Could you please turn off the lights before you go? I wouldn't come back. I wouldn't come back. Do you have a car for people? Do you have a car for people? I need to buy new clothes for winter. I need to buy new clothes for winter. To lend. To lend. Scalable. Scalable. Don't they usually get points? Don't they usually get points? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Should it pick up after 5 seconds? Please don't blame yourself. Please don't blame yourself. Should he answer? Should he answer? The road is blocked. The road is blocked. Didn't work out? Didn't work out? He hates noisy places. He hates noisy places. I think you have a plan. I think you have a plan. I hope you don't get lost again. I hope you don't get lost again. My pleasure. My pleasure. She hopes to get promoted in her job. She hopes to get promoted in her job. Where can I find canned fruit? Where can I find canned fruit? His aunt is an analyst. His aunt is an analyst. Won't he sit? Won't he sit? Luckily. Luckily. Was your family a hairdresser? Was your family a hairdresser? I have to pick up my sons from the school bus. I have to pick up my sons from the school bus. If the weather is cold, wear a thick jacket. If the weather is cold, wear a thick jacket. We don't fight. We don't fight. They want to buy a new camera for photography. They want to buy a new camera for photography. They have to wear seat belts in the car. They have to wear seat belts in the car. He will learn to play the guitar. He will learn to play the guitar. Only important. Only important. I want one of these. I want one of these. They read books in their spare time. They read books in their spare time. Logical. Logical. I thought you'd be here by now. I thought you'd be here by now. I talked to my boss about my raise. I talked to my boss about my raise. Added soon? Added soon? I'm talking. I'm talking. Please let's check. Please let's check. By next month she will have learned to speak French fluently. By next month she will have learned to speak French fluently. The sun sets in the west. The sun sets in the west. Despite all the negativities, he did not lose his motivation. Despite all the negativities, he did not lose his motivation. How often does he read books? How often does he read books? Was my mother-in-law a blacksmith? Was my mother-in-law a blacksmith? Can I have a look at your notes? Can I have a look at your notes? Our granddaughter was the nanny. Our granddaughter was the nanny. Does not continue. Does not continue. We used to go skiing every winter. We used to go skiing every winter. The immersion blender is great for making soup. The immersion blender is great for making soup. He will retire when he turns 70. He will retire when he turns 70. We do not fail at sunset. We do not fail at sunset. They were standing listening to the radio. They were standing listening to the radio. You can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. Shall we start the presentation now? Shall we start the presentation now? After 3 evenings, he should cook. After 3 evenings, he should cook. Can't join after 4 months? Can't join after 4 months? They were shot in the afternoon. They were shot in the afternoon. International law is important for the regulation of international relations. International law is important for the regulation of international relations. They asked, "Where are you going on vacation?" They asked, "Where are you going on vacation?" We're meeting this morning. I'm lost. We're meeting this morning. I'm lost. Was his wife a butcher? Was his wife a butcher? I wish I had bought that book when I had the chance. I wish I had bought that book when I had the chance. He plays the guitar very well. He plays the guitar very well. They are enjoying the sunset. They are enjoying the sunset. That diary name? That diary name? Your colleague is an optician. Your colleague is an optician. I play football with my friends. I play football with my friends. It's raining heavily outside. It's raining heavily outside. His cousins were cashiers. His cousins were cashiers. The situation is beyond the scope of my understanding. The situation is beyond the scope of my understanding. He forgot his key at home. He forgot his key at home. Should we serve weekly? Should we serve weekly? I'm not sure I can believe what you're saying. I'm not sure I can believe what you're saying. You will fix. You will fix. Don't you see the "No pets allowed" sign? You cannot bring your dog inside. Don't you see the "No pets allowed" sign? You cannot bring your dog inside. My car is yellow. My car is yellow. Who has a dream? Who has a dream? Yes, I guess. Yes, I guess.